of the two sides most likely to land this year's Premier League title, and we're going to have a chat with the Premier League Riders champion, who's kindly agreed to have a chat, even though he's quite busy at the moment, and that of course is Adam Shields. Adam, it is a big match tonight, but maybe one thing we could say is that there's still a long way to go even after this match, isn't there?
Yeah, they're all big, and the silly thing is that we don't really realise that until the end of the season, and you sort of plod along through the season and take everyone as it comes, and then you get to the end, and then it's all of a sudden important. Well, they're all important, and my attitude to the meeting won't change from if it was at the start of the year or the end of the year.
Now your side is having another excellent year, as you have the last couple of years, and you're in the Cup final, and also of course you defend your Premier League Riders Championship shortly. Does being as busy as that and having as many big meetings, does that put pressure on you, or do you just take them all as they come?
Oh, that's what I need, really. I want to get better as a rider. I'm not where I want to be yet by a long shot, so I want to get better, and the only way to do that is by sort of taking a lot of pressure and riding in big events, and those meetings are just that. So yeah, it's all good for me.
Of course, you're doing pretty much a full season of Elite League as well with Eastbourne, and doing pretty well. You have had a few knocks. Has that affected you at all?
Yeah, it has really. It's affected my confidence a little bit through the middle part of the year, but I've had a couple of good meetings now, and I feel good again, and I'm just hoping to stay on. I've hurt my shoulder, and it's pretty vulnerable at the moment, so I can't make any excuses for when I'm riding, because it doesn't affect it, but when I come down on it, then it starts to really play up. So I've been unfortunate. I haven't fallen off myself hardly all year. I've had a couple of little slip downs and whatever, but everyone has those, but all the big ones have been where other people have just run straight into me, so if we can avoid that and score some points, I'll be happy.
Now you have got Ray Morton missing tonight, you've got Simon Stevens standing in, but I suppose you'd really rather have your own men there and have the Ripper alongside you.
Yeah, Ray's a good guy, and he always likes coming to places like Edinburgh and Glasgow, like we're at on Sunday, which is another important one, but we will miss Ray, but hopefully Simon will do a good job and do him proud.
And I don't suppose you personally have decided what next season holds for you yet?
No, I don't think British Speedway has decided that, so and that'll be who decides where I go next year, really, because I think I'm on sort of a balancing point of which way leagues will go, and and the Speedway is like that as well. So I don't know. I've just got to wait and see what happens, and hope that it all works out best for me in the long run.
And your title, I think it's a fortnight's time that you defend that. Is Sheffield a place that you feel that you can retain it?
I think it's a place where anyone can have a good day. A lot of pressure will be put on Sean Wilson because he's the home rider, but I think it's down to whoever's riding on the day, their determination and how quick their engine is, really, because if the track conditions are good, all you need is a fast engine, and you go fast there if you're willing to hold it on, which I will be on that day. So I'm hoping to have a good day, and it's one of the main goals for me this year to retain that. So I'm going there with a positive frame of mind, that's for sure.
I don't think you have any tracks that you don't go well on. Here at Armadale, you've got probably as good a record as anywhere, have you?
Yeah, I go okay here, so let's have another go on tonight.
Well, a very good evening to you, and welcome to another edition of EMTV Rewind. Tonight we go back to 2003 when Isle of Wight Islanders came calling at Armadale in the Premier League. I hope you're all keeping well and enjoying the sun. My name is Liam Rudden.
And I'm John McGillivray. Well, in 2003 we had a very special team, the ultimate mix of youth and experience, and right from the start of the season, Captain Frede Schott had targeted Monarchs' league title win. Our nearest challengers were the Isle of Wight, inspired by Adam Shields and Danny Bird, and when the Islanders came north on the second weekend in September for a 3-match tour, it was crunch time. The first stop that weekend was Armadale. Well, the Monarchs team at that night, at number 1 it was Frede Schott, and at 2 Theo Piper, at 3 Magnus Carlson, and at 4 Rory Schlein, at 5 it was Peter Carr, at 6 Wayne Carter, and at 7 Matthew Weathers. What a team that was. Liam?
Thanks, John. Lining up for the Islanders that night, we had at number 1 Danny Bird, Glenn Phillips was at number 2 with Simon Stevens at 3, at 4 it was Seb Tresarou, 5 was Adam Shields, Chris Mills was in at 6, and at 7 it was Gary Phelps. So without further ado, let's join Mike Hunter in the commentary box and let's go racing.
Well, it's a very big weekend for both teams, and the racing starts here. They've both got 3 matches in 3 nights. This is Heat 1. Danny Bird rides from gate number 1, the visitors having won the toss. Frede Schott's in gate 2, the captain of the Monarchs. Gate 3 is Glenn Phillips, and in gate 4, moving up into the team, having been in reserve for the last month, it's Theo Piper. Bird's away well. Shots tried to cut down inside him. In fact, it's Theo Piper who edges round the outside, but Danny Bird's made it to the pit's corner in front. Very impressive opening lap by Bird. Got the 2 Monarchs on his tail. Frede Schott's looking for room, but he perhaps wants to be where Theo Piper is. Now he's hit the outside. That's where Frede feels more comfortable, I think, and he's going for it round the boards. Bird riding superbly. Tremendous opening battle, and I think Bird's going to get it. Schott's got a lot to do, and his partner's moved into his path again. Frede hasn't dropped many points here this season, but Danny Bird's beaten him, and I think Theo Piper got the 2nd spot there. And what a start for Danny Bird that was. A brilliant ride there. And the Monarchs, in a sense, got in each other's way, although they both appeared to have a chance throughout the race that they could perhaps pass. So it's a shared race to open with. Gate 2, it's Wayne Carter riding from gate number 1. Chris Mills is in gate 2. He hasn't been here before, but he's had a very good season for the Islanders. Gate 3 is Matthew Weathers, and in gate 4 it's Gary Phelps. Looking quite different to any time I've seen him before. Phelps is away pretty well there, but it's actually Carter and Mills who've made the start, and Mills is going down the outside of Carter there, having a real go around the outside, and Carter's overslid and Mills has gone ahead. Visitors making a determined start to this match. Chris Mills on his first Armadale ride has gone ahead, and he's pulling clear of Carter. Matthew Weathers in 3rd. Well, we're seeing the Islanders showing us why that they are in contention for the league here. It's early days in this match, but probably exceeding expectations so far. Mills riding very well. Carter trying hard to get to grips with him, but he can't get there. So the Monarchs share it, but 2 race wins in a row for the Islanders, and a good start for them, and what an excellent first Armadale ride by Chris Mills. Well, gate number 3, it's the visitors' guest, Simon Stevens, riding from gate 1, and he's certainly a fast gaiter. Gate 2 is Rory Schlein, the Monarchs' talented Aussie. Gate 3 is Sebastian Tresario, who I always think is just about the Isle of Wight's key man. A very strong second string. And in gate 4, it's the Monarchs' Swede, Magnus Carlsen. Stevens is away well, as he invariably is. Magnus Carlsen hits the outside, but he doesn't get there. He's dropped to the back, and it's Schlein who takes up the chase inside Simon. Inside line of his. Almost alongside Stevens there. Once again, Schlein. Stevens racing hard round the outside, and he really looks good. Well, the Islanders are absolutely tearing into this determination. Just look at Stevens go there. But he may have messed up that time. That was a bad mistake, and Rory Schlein gone through. Magnus Carlsen trying hard to pick something up from the back. He's tearing round the outside line there. He's got round Tresario. This is tremendous heat number 3. Where's Magnus going to go here? He's looking for the outside on Simon Stevens. It's going to be a close last corner. Oh, Stevens right across Carlsen's path there. That was hard riding. But it finishes as a 4-2 to the Monarchs, and they did it from the back. So they're matching the Islanders' determination there, and the Monarchs take a 2-point lead, but they're really having to fight for it.
Number 4, Gary Phelps, is the man on gate 1 here. Gate 2 is Matthew Weathers. Gate 3, Adam Shields, and Peter Carr rides from gate 4. Carr made the best start there, but he wasn't well placed. Gary Phelps has come down, and look at Carr go tearing through on the inside there. Carr's taking the lead from Shields. Carr seemed to get away well, then he got out of position. He looks in absolutely rip-roaring determined form. And he's leaving Adam Shields for dead. He just didn't stand on ceremony at that first corner at all. I think this is an attempt to demoralise the opposition. Full marks to Gary Phelps for getting himself off the track after falling on the first bend. Hasn't held the race up. Carr's engine is really screaming as he rips into this last lap. That was a powerhouse ride by Carr. In fact, Matthew Weathers wasn't far short of Shields, relatively speaking. So it's another 4-2 to the Monarchs, and they're showing fierce determination to overcome slightly inferior gating. That was a great ride by Peter Carr. Magnus Carlsen's on gate 1. Gate 2 is Seb Tresario. Rory Schleins in gate 3. And the impressive winner of the opening race, Danny Bird, rides from gate 4. Made another good start, although Magnus Carlsen's got to the corner. Oh my goodness. Tresario goes up in the air there. Hopefully no damage to anybody there. And the race stopped.
Well, there was in heat number 5, the rider in yellow and white, Glenn Phillips, excluded as the primary cause of the stoppage.
I think I was calling the Isle of Wight second string Seb Tresario there. It was, of course, Glenn Phillips. He's excluded from the rerun. That leaves Danny Bird to take on Magnus Carlsen and Rory Schlein. Again, Danny's away well. Magnus trying to cut under him at the first corner there. Can he do it? I think he has. And Schlein looking for position as well. Magnus Carlsen leads the way. And Schlein's come through. Schlein is so hard to hold back these days. He's got a tremendous line there on the inside. Here comes Bird again. And he certainly looks fast. He will ride the outside. Schlein's getting grip on the inside. First time that Edinburgh riders really dominated the first bend together. And Magnus Carlsen's looking quick. Rory Schlein's having to fight, but he's pulled a bit of a gap out on Danny Bird now. Well, Danny was leading the first one when Phillips came down, so a bit of bad luck for him there, but Edinburgh will certainly take the benefit of the rerun and the 5-1, which doubles their lead to 8 points. Of course, there'll be tactical substitutes coming in, but it's starting to go right for the Monarchs now. Long way to go.
Number 5 then, and a big payday for the fulfillment factory Monarchs. A great run by both Magnus and Roy, particularly the latter, to ensure that Danny Bird stayed at the back. And I'm sure both of them, if they are coming round to take the applause. Frede Schott in the supporting role this time, the victor of the car, the red and red Magnus Carlsson.
Gate 6 is Adam Shields, who will ride from gate number 1. Gate 2 is Theo Piper. Chris Mills in gate 3, he was a good winner first time out. And Frede Schott's in gate 4. Shields is away well, he's hit the corner in front. Piper on his inside. Schott again looking for position. He's not gating as well as he normally does tonight. See if he can get a run at it tonight in this one. He did seem to get quite a good gate there, but Adam Shields got an exceptional one. Schott really bursting forward. I think he wants to try a cutback, but his partner is actually on that line. Shields riding an excellent race. This time Frede might do a cutback. Still a few yards down as they go into the last lap, and he's not going to do it from there, I don't think. He's really tearing after Shields, but the Australian has done it. A tremendous ride by Adam Shields, showing his quality. Freddie's not happy with it, but he'll need to get out the starts. He's up against some men that can go very fast when they're in front tonight. And that's a shared one. The gap stays at 8.
He must have felt the breath of Frede on one shoulder and Theo on the other, and
7 then, it's Peter Carr riding from gate 1. Stephen Stevens is in gate 2. Wayne Carter rides from gate 3. And Seb Tresario it is this time, going from gate 4. Stevens jets from the start. He'll have a hard man to hold back here. He's actually ridden a very good second corner to lead the way into the pits turn. Carr chasing. Carter's in third. Carr goes absolutely storming under Stevens there and just moves him across. The third place point will be very important here. Can Carter hang on to it? He's under pressure. 2 laps gone. Carter's in third, but Tresario probably on a faster line. He lost a bit there though. Frenchman very much a key man, and he's not looking good here. Carter locks up a bit, but then he spurts off down the straight. Well, a fiercely determined ride by Peter Carr again, and backed up this time very well by Wayne Carter. The Monarchs stretch their advantage to 10, although tactical substitutes are sure to come along shortly. That was another terrific ride by Carr, and he's really on song tonight.
Once again, 2 rides to that, he's been 100% both times he's had to come from.
Well, each 8 a big move by the Islanders, because it's a double tactical substitute here, using both Simon Stevens and Danny Bird. Matthew Weathers on gate 1, a bit of a tough one for the young Aussie. Gate 2 is Danny Bird. Theo Piper in gate 3 and Stephen Stevens in gate 4. The Islanders have indeed made the start. Could Theo Piper possibly pick something up? That's the big question. Gone hard inside Bird there, but not quite catching him. Didn't make the gate he was looking for. He's been riding pretty well so far. Stevens gating so brilliantly. That's his strong point. Piper a strange diagonal line on that straight, and I don't think he's going to get anything now. So the Islanders will move back into a level on aggregate situation. And the move is paying off for them. Stevens and Bird. Bird taking a wider line there, but no problems really. well clear of Piper, who didn't make the important start. So 5-1 there, moves the gap back to 6 points again, but it is 2 of the, I think really realistically only 3 tactical substitute moves the Islanders have at their disposal. We'll be happy enough for the result there though.
Unfortunately for him and for the Blue Gold, it wasn't enough to...
9 from the inside, Rory Schlein, Adam Shields, Magnus Carlson and Gary Phelps. Trying to start by Shields. That's crucial for him, I think, here. Got the 2 Monarchs on his tail, but Shields will be very hard to peg back from there. In fact, it's Carlson on the wider line who's taking up the chase. Schlein on the inside, losing ground here. Shields just a bit too quick. He can pass many a rider, but maybe not Adam Shields. The Islanders getting rid of Gary Phelps right here. Nobody's going to peg back Shields. So the aggregate scores are going to stay level, and they still hold the tactical substitute right for Shields in reserve.
Well, the share of the explosion in number 9, Frede Schott sponsors, and a victory for Adam Shields. Great start from him, and well on to the racing line.
Gate number 10 has Theo Piper going from gate number 1. Gate 2 is who's that? Sepp Rosario. They all look the same, don't they? Gate 3 is Frede Schott, and Simon Stevens is doing a marvellous job as guest. He rides from gate 4. Stevens has heavily beaten Frede Schott out at the start there. But it's actually Piper who's gone ahead. Piper leads. Can he hold it there while Schott finds position? Schott hits the outside. And he's gone right round Stevens there. Schott's into second. For once, Stevens was caught napping. Now Frede needs to settle down with his partner. They're well clear now. Simon relies to some extent on his gating. And the Monarchs opening pairing doing a good job here. This is important. Could be the key heat of the match. You don't need to do anything dramatic. On this final turn, Piper's won it, and Schott's come through, in spite of another poor gate, into second spot to give Monarchs the 5-1 and move them back into a 10-point lead and 4 up on aggregate. They're not finding it easy, but they worked for it that time. Piper made the first move, and just as well for the Monarchs that he did.
But Frede Schott fighting from the back. Simon Stevens probably got at that second place. Frede came over his right shoulder into that second place and held that all the way around. A very payday for the blue and gold. Make some noise as he comes round with the flag for the rider in blue, Theo Piper!
It was result in number 24.
Another crucial one.
Gate 11, Glenn Phillips is the man on the inside gate this time. Peter Carr's in gate 2, he's won 2 out of 2. Danny Bird rides from gate 3, very formidable, and Wayne Carter's on gate 4. Start there. Got ahead of Bird, and Carter has come round the outside of Phillips into third. I think Carr may possibly have anticipated that start. Certainly got away very quickly. So this certainly suits the Monarchs. They're certainly looking for a 4-2 here to put some distance. As far as the bonus points concerned, they've got some tough heats coming up. Right up against the fence as they roared down the straight there. Carter's engine seemed to splutter there. Oh, he's going to lose the point. An engine failure for Carter. That's a disaster for Edinburgh. They just did not want to lose that point. So it's a shared race and the gap stays at 10, and that is just a crucial point thrown away by Edinburgh there.
It was looking good for the fulfilment factory Monarchs with Wayne Carter in third place, but he will be absolutely big sick at that one.
Heat 12 then. Heat 12 is Chris Mills on gate 1. Gate 2 is Magnus Carlsen. No changes by the visitors here. Simon Stevens in gate 3 and Matthew Weathers in gate 4. And Weathers' bike's on fire. Well, another disaster for the Monarchs. Oh my goodness, and a disaster for the visitors too as Chris Mills comes down on the first corner. He'll probably be excluded. He'll have to be, I think.
Well, referee Mr. McLeod stopping that one there, obviously in the interest of safety.
So I think we're ready for the start of 8-12 now. There's 2 riders only, Magnus Carlsen and Simon Stevens. And Carlsen hits the corner, Stevens cuts down though. Interesting line by the visitors' guest, but he hasn't made it, so Magnus leads the way. Edinburgh 2 successive engine failures by the reserves, won't be wanting anything more like that, and of course the Isle of Wight can equally say that Chris Mills certainly threw away a gift point there by coming down after Matthew Weathers was already out of the race. And Magnus doing the job here. Very formidable when he makes the start, otherwise not so. So heats 13 and 15 becoming ever more crucial. But Edinburgh take another point onto their lead thanks to a good ride by Magnus Carlsen there. They're 11 up now and there's 3 races to go. They lead by 5 on aggregate, but the Isle of Wight are holding obviously Adam Shields in reserve to come into heat number 14. Well, heat 13 of this match is obviously going to be one of the key races of the season. It's the top 4 men in the meeting. Frede Schott riding from gate 1. He hasn't made a start yet or anything like it, and usually he's so hot from the tapes. Gate 2 is Danny Bird. He's been gating very well. Gate 3 is Peter Carr with 3 victories behind him, but having to do it from the back once or twice. And in gate 4 it's the mighty Adam Shields who's just dropped the 1 point, and that to Peter Carr in his opening ride. Edinburgh lead by 11, but it could all change dramatically here, one way or the other. the corner, but he's got there and he's trying to find a way inside Schott, who's made a start this time. Carr and Schott lead the way. Carr on the inside, Schott on the outside. Going for it. They've ridden together so many times. They don't always ride well together. Trying to get very close, but they're well clear at the moment. Schott in front, Carr in second, Shields in front. They're miles clear. Final lap. No challenge from the visitors. Final turn for the old firm of the Monarchs. Schott in front. Carr losing control in second, but getting there. And the Monarchs go 15 ahead with 2 to go. They've won the bonus point. Barring some kind of major disaster, I don't think they can be caught under any circumstances. Yes, they could if there was 2 5-0s and blethering, but they're near enough there. A tremendous ride by Schott and Carr there. I think Carr's engine might have suffered there as he came down the final straight, and that would be a major disaster for Edinburgh.
Open, heat number 13 won.
So it's heat 14 and we have Secretario on gate 1. He hasn't managed to pick up a point yet, and that's crucial in tonight's match. Gate 2 will be Wayne Carter, who doesn't look all that confident in his machinery. Gate 3 is Adam Shields, who I think you could say the same for. He's messing around there. And in gate 4, glancing across at the referee, Rory Slide. Shields leads the way. Tresario and Carter battling for the second spot, and Rory Schline's got himself back. The old heat 14 problem for Rory, perhaps. Tresario hasn't scored yet. Schline's got on his tail now, trying to slip through on his favourite line. Edinburgh only need finishers, but they'd really like to kill it off here and not even require that. Rory making slightly heavy weather of it. Shields is long gone. Rosario's lost it there. Last corner, Schline goes roaring inside him, ferociously. Gets the second. By about half a wheel, I think it was Schline there. We'll wait for the referee's decision, but if it was, Edinburgh are home for the bonus. I think it was. Rory not quite at his best tonight, but I think he grabbed the second there that finishes both the match and the bonus.
And let me just jump in here to remind you that if you have any shout-outs, requests or mentions you would like on any of the EMTV live shows, drop a line to John and myself at johnandliam@edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. That's also the address to send your questions for our Sunday lunch sessions. We'll be announcing very shortly who we have this Sunday. All the previous recordings and all the other EMTV rewinds are currently available and uploaded to the Edinburgh Monarchs official website, where you'll find them on the EMTV page. John?
Yeah, thanks Liam, and I mentioned about our Monarchs face coverings. They're available now on the Monarchs website, and if you have ordered yours already, the guys aim to have these all dispatched by the end of next week, so keep an eye on the post for your face covering if you've ordered it, and if not, get on the Monarchs website now and get yours ordered. We'll be back on Sunday with another Sunday lunch, and we'll also be back for a bonus EMTV rewind Tuesday from 8:30, Edinburgh versus Somerset Rebels from the Knockout Cup second leg from 2015. The Somerset guys will be showing the first leg over on their social media channels from 7:30, so some extra speedway for you on Tuesday night. So join us on Sunday for our Sunday lunch, and as always, enjoy Heat 15 and ultimately stay safe.
So the final race, supporters really felt like a big occasion meeting, with the Monarchs having done everything they need to do. Frede Schott lines up from gate number 1, Danny Bird's in gate 2, Rory Schlein gets the ride in gate 3. No Peter Carr, he did have a bike problem at the end of heat 13, we certainly hope that's not serious. And Adam Shields rides from gate 4. Shot fiercely to the first corner again, but Shields looking for room round the outside. Bird stopped, and Rory Schleins come through into second, and he's taking the wide route to try and block out. Shot from Schlein. Two Monarchs aiming to finish it off in style. Danny Bird on the centre green, and like Peter Carr, he'll be hoping that he has his machinery in good nick for the two important matches coming up this weekend. So Rory Schlein has been pegged back a couple of times tonight. He took advantage of the situation at the first bend there as Frede Schott moved across and didn't give Adam Shields much room. Rory was in there like a whippet, as he always is. And the Monarchs finished with a 5-1 to finish with a tremendous score. I've lost track of it. To finish on 53 to the Isle of Wight's 36, and that's a tremendous performance against a very determined visiting team. It hasn't been easy, but they've finished with a great score. They've taken the bonus point and they've stretched their advantage on points difference. And the Monarchs really are cooking at the moment. Well, here they come, the team that have won the big match tonight, and they've won it very convincingly, although it certainly wasn't easy. The Performance Factory Monarchs have won by 53 points to 36, and that was really quite a show. One or two little engine problems along the way, and they'll be wanting to cut them out over the weekend, but it represents an outstanding display really by the home side. Frede Schott got 11 and 2 from 5, and that was really one of his poorest performances score-wise of the season, but he finished off winning heats 13 and 15, and they were always going to be big ones. Theo Piper got a very useful 7 and a bonus from 4. Magnus Carlsen 9 from 4. That's very impressive. Something going on up there at the George Hunter Memorial Lounge. I don't know what they're going to do with their kilts on, but they'll be happy anyway. Carrying on with the scorers, Rory Schlein 10 and 3 from 5. Very good really for Rory, second string remember. Peter Carr got a magnificent 11 and 1 from 4. Looked rather glum on the truck, hopefully his motor is okay. Wayne Carter 3 from 4, an unlucky engine failure, lost another important point for him. And Matthew Weathers 2 and 1 from 4, and his bike went on fire. So they might have some work to do on their machinery before tomorrow night's match. For the Islanders, who faded a bit in the end, but only under tremendous pressure from the home team, and they really kept it interesting in the early stages. Danny Bird got 8 and 1 from 6 and seemed set for many more than that. Glenn Phillips 1 and 1 from 3. Simon Stevens got 10 from 5, and I thought gave a good guess performance for the Islanders. Seb Tresario 1 from 4, that's disappointing for him. They'll need more in the next two nights. Adam Shields got 13 from 6. Chris Mills got 3 from 3, good win in his opener, and Gary Phelps no score from 3 rides. So that's the first stage of the run into the season for the Monarchs. They've taken the bonus tonight, and that's very important. But as we said at the start, there's a long way to go.
Very nerve-wracking, even though on paper, on the score, it looked, people will say, oh well, this was an easy meeting or whatever, but I must admit, I don't know, but it's been a long time since I could say that, but I think the pressure got to me to start off with. I just couldn't I couldn't get my gating right. I was struggling. I wasn't struggling riding-wise. I was just struggling to do the right things, and it took me after the meeting to sort of get the act together and get going, and lucky-wise we did it in the end.
I mean, they were actually razor sharp away from the gates, to be fair to them, which made it difficult on the whole team, really.
I must admit, I struggled a bit early on, but you had Magnus, you had Frede was bang on form, Rory was bang on form, Matthew, everyone chipped in. So really, I could have had an off night easy and we still run out of winners. So that just comes to prove that, it's a team effort. And as a team, we did the business tonight.
I mean, did you think at one stage that you weren't going to be able to sort of pull things around? Because, I mean, it wasn't beyond the realms of possibility.
It got to a point where I was sort of thinking, I always had a feeling we were going to win tonight, but whatever would be enough to take the bonus point or not. I just thought, well, if we're going to lose the bonus point, we just got to win one of the away meetings and make it up that way. But lucky-wise, we got all the 3 points, and I must admit, as a team, we spoke about it, and we're going all out to win just one away meeting, and if we do that, well, we're on our way then.
And you chose the right peak to sort of win your first race of the night, Heat 13. That was a huge 5-1 for the team.
It got to a point where you get really, I get really annoyed on myself, because when you're riding against good guys like them who beat me, they're going just as quick as I am. If you don't beat them off the gate, you don't have many chances of passing them, so I thought, you just got to do something, and lucky-wise I got my act together, and it did.
I mean, was that why you sort of came in Heat 15? You were determined to sort of get another race win under your belt as well?
I wanted to get 15 because I wanted to prove to myself, that you can still win, because that was the two hardest races I won, which I'm glad of.
I mean, so looking at the two sides together then, Frede, I mean, do you still think Edinburgh are going to sort of go on to win it now? I mean, it's still far too early to call, but I mean...
I must admit, as a team, I think, I like to be in front. When you're leading the league, everyone says there's more pressure when you're leading the league. I think that's wrong, because the teams behind you, they might have matches in hand, but they have the pressure, they have to win the meetings to get to the front. And every time we win a meeting, it piles on the pressure on Isle of Wight, and whoever's going to catch us. And all they can do now is to sit back and look at us. A couple of weeks ago, we won 3 meetings in a row. And it's just demoralising really, because we don't win away meetings, we just hammer teams away from home. Yeah. And for them now, they lost tonight. They got to go to Berwick, and Berwick are mouldering at the moment. There's no way I can see them win tomorrow. No. And if they lose tomorrow, they're gone.
I mean, is there a feeling after tonight, because you've sort of got the 3 points from them, there's a sort of cloud's been lifted from the team? Because I mean, the pressure must have been on everybody tonight, not just yourself.
As a team, we spoke about whatever we do tonight, we're just going for one aim this week, and that's to win both. Whatever will happen or not, we'll just have to wait and see, but that's the aim, just to go and win. Because if we do that, it just gives us closer. And if we win both away meetings, we just got to sit back and win the home meetings, and we will win it eventually. But it's so easy to go out and lose a home meeting as well, and so don't take anything for granted. We got Glasgow coming up at home, and we saw how we hammered them at Glasgow, and they could easily do the same to us. So I think we got to be careful, still not sort of jumping, but obviously everyone feels it's getting closer to every meeting.
You'll have to start winning a few more races, Frede.
I was a bit, I was getting a bit nervous tonight. I got a bit dirty my first season. But, I mean, you can't keep going on scoring 15. No. You got to have, and just to say I got paid 13, I dropped 2 points, which I'm quite happy for now, because at one stage I didn't think I was going to get 10 even. So I think it's got to come to a stage where you're going to drop a few points. And
so, do you feel the sort of title's slightly closer after the win tonight, or is it still a wee bit away?
I think it's closer because we beat our nearest rivals, and which will mean we're 8 points in front. And 8 points is 8 points, and if they don't go out, they need to win 2 away meetings now. They need to win tomorrow and Sunday. If they don't do that, they're struggling then. Yeah. They will be struggling. For them, this is the 3rd year on a row they're chasing the title. And for them to lose it again this year and finish second, that's terrible. The feeling, like, I mean, I can appreciate it. Like this year, if we go out and lose it this year, I would just be gutted, absolutely gutted, terrible. And they've done it 3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a good side, but if they lose it again this year, they will be gutted.
Yeah. In the pairing, it's London, Rory's father. London, it was a good night for the Monarchs. Rory getting better and better with every meeting as well.
Yes, it was. There was a lot of pressure on the lads. Rory said during the week that there was no pressure, but there was heaps on him. He was very, very concerned about his gating early on in the night, and it was starting to worry him a little bit. But I think giving him the confidence to go out into Heat 15, he asked for a few changes on his bikes, and he went out and he proved a point.
Obviously, the Monarchs, Rory included there, the Monarchs rode great as a team tonight and managed to come through getting a vital bonus point.
Well, you could see the pressure was on everybody, you know, even our captain Frede, who's been the backbone of the show. But the bloke that I was really, you know, pleased with tonight was Peter. He went out there, he knew what sort of job he had to do. He hadn't ridden at 5 this year, and he just went and did it.
And obviously now it's focusing on the vital running for the league. Monarchs could be getting their first league crown.
Yeah, I think now with the pressure of this meeting over, I think we're on a high now. We can go down there and Rye Housemars will pack up, not even come to the meeting. and then we'll go to Newport and do the same.
Well, thanks for talking to us, Lyndon. I hope that comes to fruition.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Lyndon. Co-promoter Alan Dick. Alan, welcome visitor to Armadale tonight, and you witnessed a good match.
Yeah, very impressive. Edinburgh very strong against a good side, and to win by 17 points is a big winning margin. I don't think Isle of Wight have suffered such a defeat this season, and very impressive. Another step, I think, to Edinburgh ultimately winning the league.
Yeah, you've obviously been here quite a lot this season. You witnessed a few matches at Armadale. You've been impressed by Edinburgh's team spirit and their commitment in winning every home match.
Yep, I said after the first meeting Edinburgh would be undefeated here at home this season, and I've proved to be correct. Obviously the loss of Derek Snane early in the season was a big blow, but they've covered for him very well with Wayne Carter, with Matthew Weathers coming in at the tail end as well and chipping in some points, so it's been a solid team performance all through.
Obviously we're not going to reflect on the match at Ashfield a bit, but next week Glasgow Tigers come here. What's going to be your advice to the Tigers after watching tonight?
Well, number one is we've got to improve on our showing at home a couple of weeks ago. We were very poor, easily our poorest performance of the season, but it's typical of a derby meeting. You don't know how they're going to go. You think it'll be a close match, and it turned out not to be a fortnight ago. So number one, we've got to do better. I'm sure we will do better, but whether we're strong enough to win at Armadale, I would doubt very much. I doubt very much if EMTV could win in this league at Armadale.
Your away form has picked up a bit though. You've had a couple of draws and a couple of wins as well. A good draw at Hull on Wednesday when they sort of exploited the assessed average guest rule.
Yeah, Jan Starkman for Jimmy Jansen, who'd scored virtually nothing all season, was a blow to us, but we still managed to get a point and rode very well throughout the meeting. And 6 away points on the road this season is reasonable going. 7 bonus points, pretty good again, but as I say, coming here is a different kettle of fish. It's a very intimidating place to come for visiting riders. The track, such a home track advantage, and we'll give it our best shot, but Edinburgh are really strong at home.
Obviously the only team that can really beat Edinburgh for the title, as we've said, is Isle of Wight. They've got a visit to Ashfield this Sunday. Some of the cynics in the Edinburgh crowd will think Glasgow will lay down, but it's not in the riders' nature at all, is it?
No, it's not, but I would say to your opening gambit there, the only team that can stop Edinburgh winning the league is Edinburgh, because they can only do it themselves now. It's theirs, they've got it in their grasp, they can win it. Isle of Wight can't win it now, but we'll do our best shot to beat Isle of Wight as we would EMTV at home, and whether it's to Edinburgh win the league or EMTV, we will try and beat Isle of Wight.
And obviously had some alarming reports earlier in the season about Glasgow and their future for next season. Any more updates on that? You're going to be there, you and Stuart, promoting Tigers?
Definitely. We've already said we're going to be running next season now. Crowds have picked up considerably since the dark days of early June, where crowds were down about 600-700. They've picked up considerably. The last 7 meetings have averaged almost 1,000. So a wee threat, and people have come out in bigger numbers, and it's the Edinburgh crowd a couple of weeks ago, almost 1,500, our biggest for many years, so it's been really encouraging.
That's good to hear, Alan. We hope to see you next week, although not in a winning capacity.
I thought you might say that. Thank you.